Hey, good morning, friends. So Tara here, and I wanted to check in with you and show you my simple system that I use for planning my meals for the week using the Portion Fix containers. Now, if you're not familiar with these, maybe I haven't done them before. Those are those color-coded containers. I'm sure you've heard about them. They are started with the 21 Day Fix, but now they're used for several different programs. And it's a great way to make sure that you have a fantastic balance of macronutrients and food groups and food types so that you're fueling your body right as you're trying to get healthier. So I use this just a part of my lifestyle now, and I wanted to share with you how I'm easily able to meal plan for my family and do it in such a way that it's not totally time consuming, right? So every Saturday, I like to sit down. It's our grocery day as a family. So while my husband's still sleeping, I just take a second to plan our meals for the week. So what I do is I have this document that I want to share with you, and I'll get you access to this just in the link below or in the comments below. I'll give you a link to the document, but really fast. Pay attention to this part. I'm not giving you access to edit it. Here's why. Because I've done it before and someone will totally edit it and screw it up and add in their meal plan, and I really want this to be a template. So it's not going to let you have access to edit it. But go to File, and then you should be able to click Make a Copy. Then it's going to ask you to give it a name, give it whatever name that you have, and it'll open it in a new window, and you can edit that one. That should work, okay? If not, sorry. So what I have here is up at the top, these are the goals of my containers based on my meal plan. Now, it's really important that you make sure you read your program and figure out what the meal plan is, because it's different for different programs and it's very specific to your body type and your goals. So you want to make sure that you're connected with your workout program, and if you don't have one and you need one or you need to mix one up, talk to me and I gladly help you with this part. Okay, so it asks you a lot of different questions based on yourself and based on my body and my needs and goals. This is the plan it tells me. So it's it's 4 red containers and 3 green containers and so on. It breaks down for me exactly what I need for the day. Okay. So what I do is this is normally blank, all right? I just have it filled in right now as an example, but these rows, breakfast, snacks, lunch, snacks, they're usually blank. And what I do is when I go in and I'm planning, I type in what I'm going to have. Now, I put in my priorities. So I start with Shakeology. I have it every single day. When I don't have it, my body feels it. And so that's a priority. So what I did just now, you're like, what did you just do? You go to edit and you click cut. You can also do the control X, whether everyone has their different methods. So I cut it. That means it was removed from up here. And then I pasted it down here using edit and paste, or you can do Control V or Command V, depending on what computer you have. Okay. Then I'm actually just going to repeat this every day. So I selected that whole thing and I clicked that copy again, and now I'm pasting it. So on my computer, I press Command V. If you're on a PC, you can do Control V, or again, you can go up to where we went to edit and paste. And you just go through and do this, repeating it for every meal. Now, you might know your schedule in advance. It always helps to have your schedule out, but you might go, you know what? My family is going to be cooking a special breakfast on Saturday, so I'm going to have my Shakeology for my snack instead. So you tweak things and you move things around, right? Oh, and don't forget, we pasted those. We got to remove that red container, right? Because these are all the containers that we have to get in, and this is just telling me, okay, everything that's up here is what's left to be planned for the day, right? So the next thing I want to work around is dinner. I find that dinner is important because that's my family, and I'm feeding my family, and we have specific recipes, and so what I do is, for the most part, our family likes to do a grilled meat, a vegetable, and then I make a big salad for the week that we just grabbed from. And I will actually put that salad, it's in a clear container. I can actually put it on the table, and I make a vinaigrette, and that's ready to go for the week. So this week's salad was arugula with tomatoes and pine nuts and carrots, simple, with a balsamic vinaigrette. And every time we had dinner, I pop that on there so that they have, unlimited access to vegetables. So that's what we do. to make life easy is that, like, you'll see here, like, what, 3 days a week, there's a grilled meat with the vegetable, you know, simple. And I have a marinade for it. Like last week, oh my goodness, our free 5-day group, it was the maple Dijon pork chops that were ridiculous. It was like a marinade, and then we grilled it. So I grilled that, had a vegetable, had my salad. Okay. So make your life easy. Do that a couple times. Or if you go to my website, you can sign up for my meal planning guide. So if you go to fitbabysteps.com, sign up for the meal planning guide. There's actually, like, it walks you through one of the formats we use to plan our meals for the week, where we have a different theme for the day. A lot of people do ethnic themes. We don't like those. We do, like, one night is a taco night of some sorts. Another night, we like to do like soup and salad. And another night we do noodle night. And so we mix things up that way. That's another thing you can do. But what I want to just encourage you to do is don't overcomplicate it. So if I have, you know, grilled chicken, broccoli, and a sweet potato, then I go up here and I know that the chicken, I'm going to cut a red container because a chicken is red. And then we have a vegetable. So I'm going to cut a vegetable and paste it down here because that's a vegetable what was it? Broccoli or something? Yeah, broccoli. And then the sweet potato is a yellow. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be probably using some oil for this. So I want to use a teaspoon here. And I do that. Now, a lot of my challengers who have a lot of success, they tend to repeat their dinners like every other day. Those are usually people who don't have a big family or have kids or something. They probably don't have people complaining about that. My family does not like to eat the same foods unless it's really spaced apart. But what I like to do is I just make this my lunch the next day, right? I like leftovers. So I'll pop that in here, plan it like that, okay? And I'll do that often. So then so I have that in, like a grilled thing, something simple. Like think about what healthy foods your family has that you know how to make off the top of your head. Throw that in for most of the days of the week. Then I like to try a couple of recipes a week. So I, fiddle fart on Pinterest throughout the week as I'm watching TV or something, and I have a folder of saved recipes. So this is one I want to try this week, chicken enchiladas. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to look at the recipe and go, okay, how can I make this portion fix friendly? Because I think you can make almost anything portion fix friendly. So you can really feel like this is a lifestyle, right? So the servings might be a little off as far as my containers. So I need to tweak it slightly to make sure it's right on point. So I know that 2 corn tortillas are a yellow container. So I know for me, I want 1 serving of enchiladas to be 2 of them, right? So I can count it as a yellow. So then if that's 1 serving, then I'm like, okay, how much meat should I have? Well, I want 1 serving to be the equivalent of like 1 red container. So half of a red container is going to go in one of those tortillas. Half's going to go in another. So again, that 2 enchiladas equals 2 corn tortillas, which is a yellow, and 1 red. Same goes for my cheese. I want to split up my cheese. Half of a blue container of cheese on one, half a blue container on the other. So 1 serving of enchiladas, not including the sauce, which I might, depending on what the sauce is, I might not include if it's hardly on there, or if it is, I might count it as like a fruit. And that might be like a half a fruit serving or a quarter of a fruit serving. I have to take a peek at it. But I will tweak it and make it based on, what could be 1 serving. And I try to make it simple. I don't want to be like 1/8 of a fruit container or something like that. And so I take that recipe and then I go back to my document, right? There we go. And I'll type that in for the day. So I'll type in chicken enchiladas. I do that right. Okay. And then I personally, you can copy and paste the recipe below so that you have it. Or sometimes I just like to link to that. So I select it and I press Command K and I paste the link from that other website. Either way, whatever works for you. I actually recommend just copy and paste it below. I think it's easier. And what if that website is down? You're stuck without knowing what to do. So I know, right? Because I planned that this meal is 1 yellow and it's also 1 red and so on. Now, I probably should have like a salad with it, right? Some vegetable, something to kind of cleanse the palate a little bit. So I know I'll have a green in there. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste these things in there. Now, if I have it another day of the week, I can just, copy all those things, paste on a new day, and make sure I remove the containers up here. So once I get my meals planned out, then the next step that I'm going to do is fill in the rest. The rest is kind of filler based on what's for dinner. Some nights I have a carb with dinner, some nights I don't. So I can add in snacks. Don't get fancy. A lot of people think that they need to have the same or have a different thing every time and keep it exciting. But honestly, get your dinners to be exciting, but the rest, you can build it in with the same foods. There's no rule about that. So snacks for me might be like, I love apples as a snack with maybe some peanut butter. And I'll go, okay, do I have a teaspoon left so that I can have peanut butter with it? Yay, I do. So wait, I wasn't looking down there. I look up here. Do I have a teaspoon? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to go back up and get a purple, right? And fill it in. So by the time I have filled out this day, this will be empty, right? Because I've accounted for all my containers. It doesn't take that long, especially if you're repeating the same like snacks or the same lunches. Just copy and paste this and remove what you put in, So like you saw, when I pasted the Shakeology, I just made sure that I went up here and deleted one of those red containers, okay? Repeat things, you guys, seriously. But here's what's cool about this. So you go through, you take maybe a half hour of your time to do this. Then what's super awesome about it is you have this archived for yourself. And you can reuse it again in a couple weeks. So over time, as you're building this lifestyle of eating this method, you actually have a meal plan already done for you, which I think is pretty sweet. And you might just find that every day the same lunch works the same. So you do that same trick I told you, file, make a copy. You might make a copy of this. It's all pretty much the same, except you might mix up your dinners just a little bit, try a new recipe and tweak it like that. It's really simple to come up with this method to make sure that, you've got all things accounted for. That's one thing that I think is cool about this. This is a lifestyle. You got to think about it like that. So if there's a recipe you're itching for, find a way to make it with clean ingredients that are on the 21-day fix list so that you can have your containers, accounted for. Even your cheats. So let's say I'm going out for pizza one night. There's a restaurant guide in the back of the 21-day fix group, but even just use based on what okay, what container could this be? Even if I have a treat, so that you're still in your range, which I think is fantastic. So, okay, we set up the meal plan for the week. Then the next thing you want to do is make your grocery list, right? So my favorite grocery list to use is called Grocery IQ. Here's why I like it. It's an app on my phone, so I could get it in the store. It sorts things by store. So sometimes we're at Costco, sometimes we're at Trader Joe's, sometimes we're at both, sometimes we're at Walmart. I have a different list for each store, Target too. And then it's sorted by like department, so produce and meat and all that stuff, right? Then what I do is I have it to where my husband has it on his phone. It syncs with him. So if he's running home from work and he's going to grab something at the store, he can open it up and go, what does she need at Rayleigh's? And he can see it and he can buy it for me. Or we go to the store together as a family on Saturdays and we divide and conquer. So they'll go to one half of the store, I'll go to the other. And what's nice is we can see what the other person's already gotten. So if I'm like, oh, Andy hasn't gotten milk yet, as I'm running past milk, I'll grab a gallon. And it will sync with one another. So I love that app. So that's Grocery IQ. But I go in and I have this open and I look and I go, okay, what do I need? Well, Shakeology, I've got at home, right? Oatmeal, do I have my oatmeal? Do I have my almonds? Do I have my celery? And I'm just typing these things and adding my grocery list, putting it all together. I look at the recipes. And this is why it's always nice to kind of have it copied below. What do I have? What do I not have? And I find that this system, when we do it, saves us a lot of money. It truly does. But with that being said, let me say this. I'm the kind of person that doesn't love to be told what to do. So sometimes a meal plan feels bossy to me, right? I'm like, well, what if I don't feel like enchiladas tonight? I want to have the flexibility to choose to have it a different night. So that's why I might tweak this. during the week. I might just, like last night, I had unstuffed cabbage rolls planned. I'm like, you know what? I don't even feel like eating tonight. I'm just going to have a Shakeology and a salad. And I made that switch, and then I might move that enchilada to a different day. As long as I'm in the containers, I'm good. And that's why I put the containers down here, is so that I know, like if I decide not to have enchiladas, then I need to find a way to make up that yellow, that red, and that blue in a different way using different foods. Okay? So don't feel like just because you have a meal plan in place, you absolutely have to follow it. You might have leftovers. You might have different things. But having something set up is so much better than nothing, because you know what you have planned. All right, next up. So I've got my meal plan done. I've gone grocery shopping. Then the next step is prepping the ingredients. Some people love to prep all their meals on a Sunday and spend like 4 hours in the kitchen. That's not really my jam. Sunday is a day of relaxation for me. So I will spend like an hour tops in my kitchen, and you'd be amazed by what you get done. Like last week I made a brownie bake that was for breakfast. I marinated some pork chops. I made a salad dressing. I marinated some chicken and grilled it. And I made 2 salads. That's a lot. And I think I even did more than that. And that was all in an hour, under an hour. And it would have been less if I wasn't thawing out food. So take what you have and go, what could I prep a little bit? You know, if I'm making chicken enchiladas, maybe I can make the chicken now and shred it so that it's already shredded. Or maybe you just straight up make the enchiladas. Make it flexible based on your lifestyle, right? So, you know, you're going to tweak it based on whatever you have. Maybe you grill a big batch of chicken. Maybe you make your salads for your lunchtime on the weekend so you can grab from it. I seriously can't recommend that enough. Grab from it as the week goes. But think in those little pockets of time where you might have some extra time to do something, think of what you can do to plan ahead. Or maybe one night, if you're having chicken one night and then you're having maybe some Thai chicken bowls later in the week, maybe you use that chicken. So cook a double batch of the chicken, put it in the fridge, and then when it's Thai chicken bowl night, you just chop up that chicken, add the sauce that you're going to use, and boom. And you'd be amazed. Like this week, I really did a good job prepping. I hardly had to unload the dishwasher. I was so happy. You save on dishes. You save on money. And you save on extra calories and unnecessary food that you didn't need, and you're fueling your body right. So I hope this helps to show you it truly is simple. And even if you don't use this like calendar or spreadsheet, use a piece of paper and do the same exact thing and just do it this way. It doesn't take that long, especially if you're repeating stuff. And then soon you can have a binder or a file folder or whatever of an archive of meal plans that you've tried. And maybe you didn't like some recipes, make a note so that next time when you go back to that file, go, ooh, we did not like that. Or, ooh, we love this. You know, and you're creating this collection, which is a lifestyle. You're creating a lifestyle, a way of eating that is good for you and it's good for your family. So I know this video was a little longer than normal, but I really wanted to walk you through this because I am so seeing with my challengers that those who don't do this are like, ooh, I need to do it. I can see what happens when I don't. And those who are doing it are crushing it. So anyway, comment below if you have questions or tips or whatever. We'd love to talk about this topic because I think it's really important. If you have any meal plans too that you want to share, goodness gracious, share below. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great, great weekend.